Hello, it's Tessa again, and I'm talking about meal prep again. So last night I gave kind of a little behind the scenes of what we actually did for meal prep for a busy weekend to kind of give us a jump start into the week. And so I'm going to be talking about it all week, and I'm really going to try hard to keep the videos very short. So I just think they're easier to watch when they're short. So maybe it's better to have more of them and not so long. So thank you for jumping in, and I hope this is helpful. So tonight, I'm just keeping it simple. I'm just going to talk about what exactly meal prep is, what does that mean, and why do people do it? And it might surprise you that there are more reasons that you think of if you're even familiar with it. So meal prep is, you know, basically what it sounds like. The simple definition is planning, preparing, and packaging meals in advance. And it could be all the meals for a week, or it could be one meal, it could be snacks. It's really sort of anything in that range where you're just prepping it in advance. A lot of us probably already just naturally do some meal prep without even thinking about it. If you go to the grocery store and you wash your fruit when you get home so you don't have to do it later, if you wash a bunch of it, all of it, there you go. If you chop some vegetables or anything like that, that's already meal prep. And you can do meal prep for whatever degree you want. And I'm not going to talk more about that because we're going to talk about that later in the week. So that's basically what it is. And why people do it. So there are many reasons. I think we tend to associate it with healthy living. I never even really heard of it as a term until I started seeking more ways to eat more healthy. So I think that's the first thing you think of, and that's a huge reason for doing it. To be able to put the thought process in, to plan what you're eating in advance, and make it easier to make healthy choices throughout the week. So you do the thinking now, you do the planning. It can help you with your portion size. It can help you balance out the different macronutrients you're eating for the day. So for those reasons, it can help you. It can help you make better decisions in the moment because you've done the work, you've made the choices when you had a little bit more time on your prep day. A lot of people prep on Sundays or Mondays, but it can really be any day, any time that you're putting some time into prepping in advance to be used later, to be eaten or served later is your prep. So it can help you eat healthy for a lot of reasons. And that's not really the only reason, though. It can take the stress out of making that decision every day or every night on what to eat. And so if you're thinking about it all at once, the idea is that you're not having to repeat that process every night. So you're preventing things like going out to eat or grabbing unhealthy things at the last minute. So that effort you put in at one time can help you save time and eat healthier. We've already covered that. And not stress out in that moment of like, oh my gosh, the day didn't go how it was going to go. I was going to do this, yada yada. Should we go out to eat? What do we have? So that is a reason. And then finally, I think it can save you money. It can save you money because you're not going out to eat. You're not making those last minute decisions and choices. And ideally, it could help you waste less food. So those are the reasons. That's what meal prep is. I was trying to rush tonight, so hopefully I did cover it pretty well. But it's not something that you kind of really need to overthink. It can be as simple or as complicated as you make it. And especially for beginners who really, that's who I'm trying to talk to with this, to let you know about it and just to kind of help you along if you're trying to do it. And then later on in the week, because I've been doing it for a while, I have some cool tips for anybody, beginners on up, to just kind of make it a little better and easier. It's one of those things that is at its heart, it's not really designed to make things harder. It's designed to make things easier. So it's not something that you should be thinking about as, oh my gosh, it's this big project, it's overwhelming. You just get better at it over time. And so I think when I first started reading about it, I did that very thing. I just kind of got a little overwhelmed and really kind of put it off. So that's really my intent with sharing it, is to show you that it can be for anybody. There's many different reasons for doing it. I mean, we think of it with healthy, like I said, but honestly, it doesn't really have to be designed to help you eat healthy if that's not something you're trying to do. I think it's probably a goal most of us have in some degree, but you could prep out anything you want. So if you think that planning one or more meals of the day could help you save time, could help you go about your week with a little bit less stress, if you think that it could save you some money, and if you think that it could help you make better choices, healthier choices throughout the week, then it's something you might want to check out. And if that's the case, then tune in every night this week. I'm going to be talking a little bit more about it. Thank you for listening. And before I go, I'm going to try something I haven't been doing. I'm going to read some of the comments and see if I can answer some questions, or at least look at them later. So, hey, Breezy, happy birthday. And D, Breezy, main goal is to try and meal prep. Okay, cool. Well, you definitely want to tune in. I'm going to give you lots of great information. D, you too? Okay, awesome. I think it's definitely something that is rising in awareness, and it's probably a pretty simple tool that is underutilized, and it could really help people a lot. Yes, D, we're going to talk about that later in the week. You say, what about crock pot cooking? That's the beauty of meal prep, as I see it, and I've been learning, is you're going to have more success with it if you cater it to how you like to do it. So crock pot, definitely. I have meal prepped using the crock pot, and everybody has different tastes and different styles, and no matter really how you like to eat, all different kinds of meal plans. It doesn't matter, you're vegan, you're paleo, or none of the above. You like to use Instapot, you like to use a crock pot, you like to use a grill. There's ways of doing it for everybody. And we're going to talk about all of those ways. So you're going to, oh, cool. You know what? That's pretty much when I started doing it. You talked about the 21-day fix. And for a program like that, it doesn't really force you to do the meal prep, but that planning part of it, you don't have to, but it definitely makes it easier to do that. So that's awesome. And I use my containers for my prep, not all the time. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And we're going to talk about a few different styles, because I do it differently different weeks. You know, whatever that week is going on kind of dictates how I'm going to do it. I think we think of all these like beautiful Instagram images where people they've got their meal prep and all their pretty little containers, and it gets kind of intimidating when you think of it that way, but it doesn't have to be like that. In fact, most of the time, now that I no longer work out of the house, I don't really prep in those individual containers. I do a different kind of prep where it's kind of like I make the batches of it and we pull it out every night. Like tonight, it's kind of like going to a buffet every night for the boys. D, what is it? I'm not sure. Are you asking about the fix? See if you're still there, you can answer. Okay, so I am going to reach you offline to answer your question, because now I'm just kind of babbling here. Oh, hey, Nicole. So I'm not seeing you answer it. So I'll be back again tomorrow and every night this week. And feel free to just shoot me a message. Okay, yes, I will call you about that or contact you and let you know. And it actually is a system that could help you in the meal prep. It's definitely not necessary, but it's one of the tools that people use for that. Hey, Nicole, how are you? So anyway, thank you for listening. I hope you got some value out of it, and I will reach out to each one of you and answer some questions as well. But I'm gonna say good night for now because I was extra tired tonight, and that's why I try to keep this short. I never do. I never really do a great job at that. But okay, thank you all for listening, and check out the series tomorrow again. All right, bye. Thank you.